everyone and welcome to the Red Men TV. I'm Steve Hoare. It's your Liverpool news update show. Hope you are doing well wherever you are. We're doing well here at Red Men HQ because it's a day of our launch of the Bobby Firmino docu-series. So we're all smiling. I'm wearing my Bobby t-shirt. If you're a Red Men Plus subscriber, you've probably already seen it and I've got access to it. If not, watching on YouTube, 7 p.m. tonight, it'll be out. So yeah, we're all happy. Hope you guys are doing well too. Got some Liverpool news to talk about. We're going to be talking about Gabri Veiga, Fabio Carvalho, a little bit of Khephren Thuram, and then a little bit about Liverpool's possible plans for the defence in this summer window as well. So yeah, hope you're all doing well. And we might as well crack on with the first story of the day. This one, it comes via the guys at This Is Anfield, albeit they're aggregating all the news, so I'll read through it. So according to reports, Liverpool have offered a contract to Gabri Veiga, but they must pay the €40 million clause, quote, faster. Liverpool are claimed to have negotiated personal terms with Celta Vigo midfielder Gabri Veiga, although no deal is in place with his club as of yet. This is Jack Lusby over at This Is Anfield who has reported this. Now, long story short, journalist Oscar Mendes, who covers Celta Vigo for Relevo, collaborated a story on Twitter that came from the Italian outlet. So basically, I can show you. I can even bring the tweet up to show you exactly what happened. It was tweeted out in the Italian papers that Liverpool had offered a contract to him. Someone asked him if it was true, and Oscar Mendes, based in Vigo, said yes, but Liverpool will have to pay the $40 million clause to Celta faster than Chelsea are willing to do so. So that's where we're at with that one. Now, I know Paul mentioned Gabri Veiga on yesterday's show. I keep saying Gabby, I do mean Gabri. Gabri Veiga, playing for Spain under 21s at this moment in time. He's been linked with Liverpool for a while. A lot of that noise has been coming from elsewhere, like the Italian outlet there reported it, because they say Napoli are also interested. There's been loads of noise from Spain. Hasn't been too much from this side of the pond just yet, or this side, from Liverpool journalists, but yeah, that doesn't mean anything at this point in time, of course. Liverpool don't really give the go-ahead on transfer news until something is really, really concrete. But as a standpoint, it looks like potentially Liverpool are one of the teams in for the Spanish under-21 international. Obviously, it looks like he is going to leave Celta Vigo after a very good season there. And Chelsea have been linked, Liverpool have been linked, Napoli have been linked, absolutely loads. Dave says, I like Veiga as a player, but I don't see how he improves our midfield situation. To be honest, too many signings in one area could also upset the balance. What he will do, if we got him, Dave, I think, and I might be wrong, I think he goes into either rotation with Fabinho or maybe he goes in ahead of Fabinho, playing more. I don't know how Liverpool would work it out. Now, obviously, he can play attacking midfield, he can play defensive midfield. He's done it all, really, and so it could be that Liverpool use him again. Liverpool like versatility, don't they, in their players? Of course they do. You know, Alexis McAllister is very much in the same boat. You can use him as an 8, but you could also use him as a 6. So there's always game time available for them if they use it. Now I know he's more actually adept at getting forwards, of course, but I'm just thinking in certain games you could use him as a deep line playmaker type player. What he does do, and I'm going to bring his stats up here for you guys to have a little look at. There we go. He scores goals. And Liverpool haven't really got any midfielders who score goals. So 11 goals and 4 assists in the league, in La Liga last season. Of course, 2 of them came, didn't they, on the final day against Barcelona. Now, he is a bit of a project player, I understand, and he's not the finished article. But Liverpool don't really have midfielders who score enough. Curtis Jones flashed a little bit at the end of the season. He's got that in him. Alexis McAllister, to an extent, has got it. Although a lot of his goals at Brighton this season were penalties. So maybe that is something Liverpool are looking at. Someone who can play deep in certain games and give Fabinho a rest, but also, if you play him in those advanced areas, can get himself on the goal scoring sheet, because Liverpool effectively play 5 attackers now in this formation. 3 defenders, Trent at DM, and then 5 forward players, effectively 2 and 3. All of those 5 players, I think, need to be comfortable scoring goals. And Gabri Veiga certainly does that. Now, like I say, there's a lot of competition for him. It ticks a lot of boxes, I think, for what a Liverpool signing often is under this regime. He's 21, young enough. He's played at a decent level, and he's just had that season where he looks like he's about to break out. The fee seems, if it's €40 million, what's that, about 35 million pounds? That fee feels something, I know, the range that Liverpool would often shop in. So, I don't know where we're going to go with this. I think he is going to leave Celta Vigo. I think that's almost certain. Is he going to Liverpool? I don't know, but again, the profile makes sense, and I would like someone. I know Liverpool have been linked with loads of players, and we're going to speak about Khephren Thuram again shortly. There's been Ryan Gravenberch, I think there's been loads. I do think that Liverpool need to buy a midfielder, I think, who can add goals and assists. I know I've been criticised in the past for saying this, but Liverpool did have Mason Mount on their list, and I know a lot of people were infused by the Mason Mount signing. I think he would have been a good signing because he does score goals, he does assist. Now, obviously, the price that Chelsea are looking to get off Manchester United for him is getting higher and higher and higher all the time, and maybe that's another reason why Liverpool weren't in this. But by all accounts, Liverpool wanted him, and he chose Man United. I do think Liverpool are looking for a player who scores goals from midfield. So I think it makes sense. Whether we get it, I don't know. Whether we get it over the line, I don't know. But I can see why he's at least on a short list. You know, all the journalists are pretty much confirming he's on such short lists now. Can you get a deal done during the under-21 tournament, the Euros? Maybe, maybe not. Now, it looks, I think I'm right in saying Newcastle might be closing in on Tonoli from AC Milan. He's there, so there might be ways where you can do it. I'm sure there is. It feels like maybe Liverpool are waiting for that. I don't know. Same with Thuram, but I definitely think it's something to keep an eye on, if nothing else. It looks like there could be something in it, if that's for sure. Right then, moving on. But in fact, before I do move on, a thank you message to, I think it's Plu. Let's say Plu. Apology. Plow? It doesn't matter. I've just watched the first two parts of your Bobby documentary. Amazing stuff. I'm so looking forward to the third part. Thank you very much, my mate. Yeah, so the new episode 1 of our new Bobby Firmino doc, Best in the World, episode 1 is streaming tonight, 7 p.m. on YouTube. But Redmen Plus subscribers got access to both episode 1 and episode 2 right now. So yeah, if you're that way inclined, you fancy watching it, honestly, it's amazing. The Ian Ayre story in episode 1 is worth it alone. So yeah, thank you very much for the feedback. Very much appreciated, my mate, and hope you excited. Part 3 next week. Spoiler alert, Liverpool win the Premier League in that one. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that one too. Right then, moving on to our next story. Oh, there you go. Told me I'll say his name. It's Plu. Right then, moving on to our next story, and this one, before we start talking about possible incomings, there is a story about a possible outgoing instead. So let me get this one across to you right now. According to a report from Football Insider, I think it's been collaborated. I saw Fabrizio Romano tweeting about this as well earlier today. This one comes via David Lynch, again of Footy Insider. It says Liverpool star Fabio Carvalho is in talks over a loan to RB Leipzig. Fabio Carvalho is closing on a season-long loan to RB Leipzig. The 20-year-old will spend the upcoming campaign in Germany as he looks to put a frustrating debut year at Anfield behind him. Go past all the adverts, goes on. The fine details, including whether an option to buy will be included, are yet to be finalised. So first of all, no real surprise. Liverpool kind of tipped the hat at this one, that Fabio Carvalho is going to go out on loan. I think we all kind of expected that to be the case. He'd been linked with West Ham, West Ham, with Brentford, I think a couple of other teams as well, Fulham maybe as well. Burnley was the other one that I was thinking of. Now, it's a good point by David in his article, and a really good nugget of information. He says West Ham, Brentford and Burnley were among the teams who have inquired over a temporary deal in recent months. However, Carvalho was understood to have harboured concerns over whether he would earn regular minutes after making such a move, particularly in events that a difficult season ensued for any of those clubs. He obviously believes, and maybe RB Leipzig, who wanted to sign him on a permanent basis, they made an official offer to sign him. Obviously, he's going to get more minutes. That makes sense to me. If you're going to go out on loan, there's no point going out on loan and sitting on someone else's bench. Go and play football. Now, Leipzig, he'll get the opportunity, it looks like, to play because they want to give him game time. There's Champions League football available for him. Now, the clause is interesting. I don't see how that would benefit Liverpool putting the clause in his contract, if truth be told. I think Liverpool would want him to go out on loan, smash it, and then either come back and play for Liverpool or be sold at a higher rate. I don't see it, and David's information, like I said, it hasn't been worked out yet. I would be shocked if Liverpool wanted to do that. I can see exactly why RB Leipzig would want to do that. They want to buy him anyway. They've made no secret of that. But I don't believe Liverpool should be looking at a clause. It makes no sense for me, if truth be told. I can't understand the logic behind it. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on Fabio Carvalho. The thing with Carvalho for me is, I know a lot of people have been talking about him. Why hasn't he been given more game time, etc., etc. He's obviously not doing something within the games that Jurgen Klopp is looking for. Now, I know there's a lot of comments. Is he better than X? Is he better than Y? Is he better than Z? But he hasn't been given an opportunity. And Jürgen's come out and said he trains really well. His attitude's fantastic. So there must be something missing from his game. Otherwise, he would have been given chances. The one thing you can't accuse Jürgen Klopp of is not giving chances to young players. Stefan Bajcetic, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Trent Alexander-Arnold. The list goes on and on and on of young players who've been given a chance. And if they've done well in the manager's eyes, they've kept the shirt. You know, Stefan Bajcetic ends up playing the Champions League game against Real Madrid by keeping the shirt. Trent Alexander-Arnold is Liverpool's right back after Nathaniel Klein's injury, and he gets in the team stage. And so there's obviously something that Fabio Carvalho hasn't done right. Whether it's physical, whether it's system related, whether it's meant, I don't know what it is. It might be that he doesn't suit the style of play, and that's what Riku says here. I don't think the system fits him, and it could be that. It absolutely could be that. But it makes, I don't know, the loan thing, I understand completely. I hope he goes away and smashes it, and I hope he comes back as a Liverpool player. I hope he grows physically. I hope he gets, regular football, plays in the Champions League, does well, and comes back and plays for Liverpool. The second option is, of course, he does well, and Liverpool can sell him at a better profit. But that would be ideal. That would be what I would like to get from this, if at all possible. But we'll keep an eye out on that one. Right then, moving on, we've got a couple of super chats to get to. First of all, I'll bring up Luke Thomas's super chat. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat, Luke. Says Thuram, Mack and Trent as the new midfield, Van der Ven for centre-back, and a good right-back or centre-back would be a good window, in my opinion. Thoughts? I think Liverpool need to buy 3 midfielders and a defender. I think that'd be all right. I don't see Trent moving into midfield. I don't see it happen. I think they're going to continue in this role. I think they're going to play 3 centre-backs with Trent moving up in there. I don't think he stays there automatically. I think the role actually, I think he gets more time and space in the current role. If he has to run back a little bit less, then that would work out, and Liverpool can tweak the system for that. But I don't know enough about Van der Ven. I've only, since we've been linked with him, I've watched a little bit. Some people speak highly of him, of course, but I do agree they need a centre-back, and we're going to talk about centre-backs a little bit later after, again, another report from David Lynch. I would be delighted with Thuram. I still think there'd be Thuram, McAllister and another midfielder and a defender. That's what I would personally be looking at, if truth be told. Right, Neil O'Callaghan has sent in his super chat for €10. What does this mean for the Thuram deal? Rumours are going around that FSG are only going to sign 2 mids. Not good enough on FSG. It's the culprits they need to sell. I don't know where these rumours, rumours, I don't know what they are. The general report is that Liverpool are in the market for midfielders. I don't know how many they're going to sign. I don't think anyone really knows, Neil, if truth be told. So I couldn't tell you the answer for that one. I don't think 2's enough, and I don't think Liverpool would think 2's enough if they wanted to. In terms of selling the club, I think they looked for investment. I think that's obvious. They were still looking for investment. I don't know where that went. It came out the club was for sale, and then all of a sudden it kind of was, and it wasn't. So maybe there wasn't, the market wasn't there. Maybe the asking price, I don't know. But what I was saying on the ownership, they need to pull the fingers out. I think this summer for sure. I know people disagree with this, and I understand that. I'm probably going to get clipped up and vilified on the internet. I've been generally okay with the players Liverpool have signed and the general transfer business. I think last summer they got it wrong, really, really wrong, and they didn't sign enough players. I think the business Liverpool always do is always generally good business, but there's probably a time where they needed to do 1 or 2 bits more, and that's what happened last summer when Liverpool paid the price for it, and I hope they don't pay the price for it again. Like I say, whether you believe that's the owners, whether you believe it's Klopp, the recruitment team, whose fault it was, we'll never really know that. Whether the money wasn't there, whether I think Jürgen himself decided, or came out and spoke and said when he didn't get Chouameni, the money was there for Chouameni, and then when he didn't get him, they decided to go with what they've got. Now, again, that might be Jürgen just lying. He might be telling the truth. I don't know. If super told, I just don't understand. I don't know where that's at. But I agree. Liverpool need to spend money this season. There's no doubt about it. Liverpool need to spend money this summer because they just have to be. Sorry, mate, but what source says Liverpool have offered Gabri Veiga a contract? I haven't seen Ornstein or Fabrizio tweet anything. It came from Italy via Spain. I'll go back to the beginning of the show. You'll be able to watch that one, my friend. Right then, so that's the Carvalho stuff. Again, that's one we'll definitely keep an eye on. Moving on to our next story, and again, it's Khephren Thuram. Now, I think the subbers of this article on Football Insider have done a good job on the title, and maybe a little bit over the top. It comes from, again, David Lynch, but they've called it A major update on Liverpool's bid to sign Khephren Thuram. Now, I'm not sure it's that major, but fair enough. I don't think David will have written that headline. I think that would have come from him. Liverpool remain in talks for Nice midfielder Khephren Thuram. Sources have told Football Insider. Yada, yada, yada. Moves on. Thuram, a deal for Thuram is possible. If Thuram is Ryan Gravenberch is another target, Liverpool can't get a breakthrough with Nice. Moving on past that. That's basically what it is. So I'm not sure what the major update was, if truth be told. I'm guessing is that Liverpool are still in talks with him, which I suppose is positive to an extent, I guess. I don't really know what the major update was, but yeah, it does appear like Khephren Thuram is the one that could very much be on the cards. We'll keep an eye on that one. By all accounts, I think the reports from the local outlets in Nice were that it's probably more likely to happen at the end of the Euros when France's involvement. Now, I caught a little bit of the French under-21s last night, and Thuram was electric. Malik Kone was class as well. And yeah, you're right. You are right to say that. And then let's have a little look. Yeah, there was talk, and I didn't read that in the report. You're right. Starford, the major update is that Nice are looking for a bidding war. Of course they are. I wouldn't be shocked. Why? Nice will be looking to get every penny out of the things they want to get. So yeah, it makes sense for that. Nice are going to try and drive the price up as best they can. It does feel like Thuram is the next one. Whether Liverpool can get it done, I don't know. It looks like he is very much a target. I think everyone is aware of that right now. But yeah, Liverpool still in talks, still going on. We'll have to just wait and see how that one pans out. And yeah, we'll see how we go from there. If Liverpool can get, I'm sure they're working on it. I don't think Liverpool are just on their holidays just yet. I think there's deals hopefully somewhere down the pipeline, but fingers crossed Liverpool can get Khephren Thuram. I was very impressed with him. I don't know if anyone of you guys watched the France under-21 game. I thought he was excellent. And again, Manu Kone, who's also been linked with Liverpool, I thought he was excellent too. Farhan said, I hope we get them both, Kone and Thuram. Yeah, I agree. It would be very good. I think Liverpool need 3. McAllister looks on. I think, is done. Thuram looks on, and then one more, whether it's a Veiga, whether it's a Kone, I don't know. We're not hearing too much about it. Maybe it's both. We don't really understand, do we? I don't know where Liverpool are at with that one. That's the joy of transfer window, I suppose. We'll all find out together. Right, then another report, a heavy report from David Lynch today. It's a very Football Insider-centric show. Let me just move the adverts out of the way. Sorry, Dave, for clicking next on them. Liverpool are 100%, Liverpool to 100% rather, completes a defender signing. Liverpool will, and David Lynch quotes, 100% sign a centre-back this summer. Sources have told Football Insider. Yeah, David Lynch again reporting on it. He says, it's unlikely that Joel Matip will leave this summer as he enters his final year of his contract. The Reds are attempting to get ahead of the curve and prepare for his potential exit by bringing in defensive reinforcements. Wolves Spurs Mickey van der Ven is one of the several options that the Merseysiders are considering. And Football Insider have learned there is a 100% chance the club will bring in a centre-back in the upcoming window. Goes on, Van der Ven's contract details up until 2027. Sporting's Gonçalo Inácio, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is another on the list. It remains unclear whether Portuguese outfit Sporting would be willing to let him leave this summer. But I think there's been a lot of talk in general. I think it's a good update from David about defenders, 100%. Now, I don't know, again, David's articles will be well sourced. There's no doubt about that. His sources are legit. Don't know exactly who he's spoken to, of course, but it does feel like my guess, and I don't, again, I'd love you guys to let me know whether you agree or disagree on this. I believe that Liverpool will sort the midfield off first and then look at defenders. I think if they had to go into the season with Matip, Gomez, Van Dijk and Konate, it's not comfortable, and I wouldn't be thrilled with it. But I think Liverpool would be just about, I don't know the word is, they try and cope with that. I don't think there's any way they can go into the next season with the midfield options that they've only got at the moment. So I think that's probably why midfield's a priority at this time. But I do believe Liverpool need a defender. I've got no mistake. Make no mistake about that. Konate, Van Dijk sound as your first choice, but Konate's injury record is hardly unblemished. Matip's injury record hardly unblemished. Joe Gomez the same. I also, again, I harbour doubt to whether Joe Gomez is of the level. My gut feeling is he isn't. I don't know if he's of the level. I think Matip is when he's fit, although he didn't have a great season last year. Konate and Van Dijk are, but again, there's injury issues around them. So I believe Liverpool needs, Luke feels saying Liverpool needs to get at least one centre-back this season, and I tend to agree. I tend to agree. Neil's, you're not happy with FSG on these super chats, are you, Neil? I'll read this one out as well. 100% sound defender could just mean the last minute get a player on loan, as was the case last year. The Baron run is incoming with these owners. Okay, mate, yeah, you've made your point clear. Like I say, I think personally, if Liverpool get in the options that they want, I've got no doubt they can compete for trophies again next season. They're a year removed from competing for trophies. If the level of quality comes back, I think they are more than capable, but they can't have a summer like they had last summer. They just can't. Liverpool did spend money last summer. Obviously, Nunes and Carvalho, Ramsey, but it wasn't really enough. The Arthur Melo one was a shambles. So I think McAllister's a really good start. Liverpool's squad is already better for having Alexis McAllister. With all due respect to Milner, Chamberlain and Naby Keita, those three leaving and McAllister incoming is already an upgrade. I think that's undoubted, but they do need to add more numbers and depth. That's where I'm kind of at with it now. Robbie says FSG need to step up now. It's embarrassing all the talk about this with nothing happening. I mean, we have signed a player, Rob, and what I'd say is don't let it do your head in. I'm sure they're not just sitting there just twiddling the thumbs. I'm sure there's conversations and deals to be done. We're not privy to it. Quite often, these stories, you'll get the links to players, and then all of a sudden the button will be pushed and it'll happen. That tends. So I don't think they're just not doing anything with these deals. You wouldn't. The names and the links and the sourcing is coming from somewhere. I don't think everyone's just making this stuff up. Liverpool themselves, I think I had Neil Jones on Journo Insight, half admitted that they like Thuram and that is one who's on the list and things. So listen, Jörg Schmadtke's not just sitting around, twiddling his thumbs, or that Melwood, or that, sorry. It's the actor these days, isn't it? Not just that the actor just twiddling his thumbs, like they'll be doing stuff. It'll do your head in. But don't worry too much about it. Liverpool, I understand other clubs are doing bits now. Liverpool have done a bit. Everyone, I've seen comments about why haven't we done anything already? Nobody else really has done anything already. The window is just getting rolling now, and Liverpool have already done some. So don't let it burn your head out just yet. If it gets towards August time and it's happening, then yeah, I agree. Heads will be rightly rolling and on fire. But right now, I'd be pretty calm about it. I would be pretty calm about it. One win? I can't remember. I've got your name wrong there. What about Billy Koumetio for centre back? He's left-footed and very tall, albeit young. The general consensus on Billy Koumetio that I've heard from people who watch the academy games more often than I do is he's probably not ready, or he might never be ready. He might not be of the quality. I think he struggled out on loan again. I'm not even sure. I'll be honest. I don't think Billy Koumetio is the answer. I think he'll leave at some point. I think Reece Williams is leaving. Nat Phillips is going to leave, of course. All these, Sepp Vandenberg, I still have doubts about. I know he's injured at the moment, but I don't think he's the answer. Gerald Kwanzaa maybe is the young player who maybe is half keeping an eye on, but Liverpool are probably going to go out and sign somebody, if truth be told. I don't think Koumetio is the answer, if I'm honest with you. I don't think we're there already. Quite simply, yeah. From the little I've seen of him, he doesn't look it to me. But again, I'm not a talent scout. I might be wrong. Scotty says, when are we back in pre-season training? It is I think it's the week of the 8th of July, that around the 8th, 9th, 10th, the players come back. I know the guys on international duty over the last couple of days for the Nations League and the friendlies get an extra couple of days. But it's like the second week of July is when things will start filtering through. And then, of course, the under-21 players, depending on how far they go in this tournament, like Elliott and Jones, etc., will be down a little bit later on. Right then, who else have we got? We've not been linked with one homegrown player. Yeah, I don't think we need to be at this moment in time. So scraps. Liverpool are okay on the homegrown front for now. If any more leave, then that might be something we'd have to look at. But I think they're okay for now, just about. If Kelleher stays, I think he counts as homegrown. I know Stefan Bajcetic, I think now, counts as homegrown. Gomez is going to be staying around. Elliott, Jones are going to be around. Jordan Henderson's not going anywhere. So I think they'll be okay on the English player front, if truth be told. But if any of those did leave, then it is something they have to look at. And again, looking down the line, it's something that Liverpool will need to sign English players in the near future. I didn't even say Trent in that conversation, by the way, obviously. Though, Liverpool will need to look at that down the line, I'm sure. Richard, Liverpool need new players that hit the ground running. And I agree. McAllister is that. Whether they get any other ones, I don't know. We'll find out. Again, different players suit it. Like Thuram, you could maybe just drop in and play. Thuram, you could drop in and he needs 6 months. We just don't really know. That's the joy of transfers. Liverpool will be doing their homework on that. Like I say, for the most part, when Liverpool push the button on a player and sign him, for the most part, it works out. They've done really, really well for a long time. Fabio Carvalho maybe is an exception to that rule. I think Naby Keita was fine. The injuries were more the issue with him than the quality of play. Darwin Núñez, I think there's definitely question marks about. But if you look back, Diaz, Gakpo, Konate, the signings that Liverpool have made in the recent past, they've always been good enough players, and I trust them to judge the quality of the player. To whether they get, obviously, again, the numbers is a different category, isn't it? And depends what you're looking at there. But for me, if truth be told, I trust Liverpool when it comes to judging a player. They very rarely get that wrong. So my guess is all the lads they're looking at, they've got some pretty much confidence in. They are pretty much confident in that they'll be able to hit the ground running. Right then, just to let you guys know what is coming up. Like I have mentioned it a few times before, excuse me. Roberto Firmino documentary, our 3-part docu-series, it's absolutely amazing. Now, episode 1 streams at 7 p.m. on YouTube. So if you're watching this and it's after 7 p.m. In UK time, it'll be on this very YouTube channel now. If you're not, obviously, if you're watching live or whatever, do check it out later. If you're a Redmen Plus subscriber, you can watch both right away. They are both streaming now. Early access is there for you. So yeah, episode 1 on YouTube, episode 2 is out on Plus, and episode 3 will be out on Plus a little bit down the line. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'm about to head off now. Thank you so much, everyone who joined me for the chat. Hope you guys enjoyed interacting with the show. I will leave you with our trailer for the Bobby Firmino documentary. Please go and check it out. Support the channel by watching it. Drop a like on it. Give your comments and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you will have a belter of a time. It's something that we are very, very proud of. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another news update in due course. See you later.
You could see he had ability, definitely.
The most skillful number 9 Liverpool have ever had.
He was part of one of the greatest teams Liverpool have ever put together.
A legend forever.
Gives everything for the fans and everything for the club.
Everyone to a person said, I love Bobby Firmino.
Great example of hard work, of dedication on and off the pitch.
He's one of them players, he does a lot of things for the team that goes unnoticed.
He's world class.
Já no CRB ele já era visto como uma promessa, mas ele decidiu ir para o futebol da Alemanha.
Hat Hoffenheim als das gesehen, was es ist, ein Ausbildungsverein, ein kleiner Verein, der für ihn den nächsten Schritt ermöglicht für die Seleção, für einen größeren Verein.
I knew sooner or later he will leave the club because he was definitely in for something bigger.
You know, you fly across the world and all of a sudden we're signing this deal that would become incredible for the team.
Firmino had a quiet start at Liverpool.
When Jurgen first came in, and seeing people don't realise how good he is.
The confidence was there. He knew the manager backed him, trusted him.
Bobby was the key that made that team work so well.
Champions League, European Super Cup, Club World Cup, Premier League in the space of 13 months.
He was right at the heart of everything.
Part of the team that brought the title back. That team will never be forgotten.
I'm going to be telling my kids and my grandkids about what Bobby Firmino did at Liverpool Football Club.
He'd be a big miss for everyone.
You had a chance to watch episode 1 of Bobby Firmino, Best in the World, our brand new documentary series. If you haven't, check out episode 1 right now on YouTube. And if you want to watch the full series, head to redmenplus.com. Episode 2, episode 3, and full interviews with all of the incredible contributors, including Liverpool skipper Jordan Henderson. It will be there for you. Go over, fill your summer with Bobby happiness, with Bobby Firmino, Best in the World, our exclusive documentary.